For SunSentinel.com, this is Ira Winderman with your latest Ask Ira Miami Heat mailbag. Our first question today comes from Jack in Fort Myers, who says, "Whatever happened to Erik Spoelstra's vaunted positionless basketball? We are seeing a lot of concern about too many and too few players at given positions. What I see are a core of players who are between 6'4" and 6'8", who can run, play 2, 3, 4, and some 5. And depending on matchups and evolving lineup chemistry, they give coaches a lot of flexibility in configuring who's on the floor." Jack, I couldn't agree with you more, and that's what I've been trying to stress when asked about the roster and the roster components. And I don't think Erik Spoelstra has changed in that measure. This is all about getting the best possible players on the court. What I will say is this: I think there are a couple of exceptions. I think if you have a defensive backstop in the middle, you have to play one. That's Hassan Whiteside. And I think if you have playmakers who can make other players better, you have to play them, which I think is the combination of Goran Dragic and Beno Udrih. Everyone else, I agree, Jack, that is positionless. Get the best possible players on the court. So in that respect, I think your positionless approach is clearly an approach that will continue for the Miami Heat. Our second question comes from Will, who says, "Dion Waiters on the Cavaliers was like the 5th or 6th option. He was one of the last options in OKC. But on Miami, he might be the 2nd. Ira, I don't know if I would put Josh Richardson ahead of Dion Waiters. That's a stretch for me. Dion Waiters has never been on a team like Miami. After 2016-17, we might see why Dion Waiters used to wear number 3 before he came to Miami." Well, I'm not going to go that far with comparisons to Dwayne Wade, but I have said all along, one of my real concerns is who is going to take and make the big shots at the end of games. I think that's something that Dion Waiters can grow into, and I am sure that he would love to see nothing more than at the end of the season, Dion Waiters rising on the scoring table and saying, "This is my house." The Heat gladly would cede that to him if he could become a difference maker. And our last question comes from Joaquin in Coral Gables, who asks, "Can a team send a roster player such as Josh McRoberts to the D-League in the hope he is picked up by another team, thereby excising his contract?" Joaquin, it's not that simple. First of all, Josh McRoberts is not going to the D-League, and the Heat are not sending him there. Any roster player in the D-League also counts against the NBA's 15-player roster limit, and such salary counts against the salary cap. I can't fathom Josh McRoberts not being on the 15-man roster going into the season, unless he's included as part of a package in a trade. The real question to me will be whether he will be part of the rotation ahead of someone such as Derek Williams, for example. Those are today's 3 questions. We'll be back tomorrow with 3 more. For SunSentinel.com, I'm Ira Winderman.